flowing waters and ancient stones. Source remembered, rewriting your bones. A boat, adrift, on a shimmering path, broadcasting hope and maybe a laugh. A spiral tongue of mischievous wit, just trying to soften life's hard hit. We stand together, although you roam. My voice will guide you and bring you home. Through midnight mists and candle glow, stories ripple, soft and slow. Whispers weave where shadows play, and dreamers wake before the day. Tune your heart where the wild winds blow, and follow the tide to the radio. Flowing waters and ancient stones, source remembered, deep in your bones. The rivers hum, the path calls, echoes dance through the ancient halls. A spiral tongue of moonlit wit whispers truths you half admit. We drift together, and though apart we roam, my voice is always a current and will always lead you home. Beneath the dark, the dream unfolds, silver threads through the stories told. Beneath each breath, the night hums low. The pulse, the wave, the undertow. Surrender softly. Let it flow. And lose yourself in the dark moon radio.
Good morning. Welcome to the Dark Moon Radio. Here we go again on a Monday morning. It's the 11th of May. Yeah, it's a rather chilly 9 degrees out on the canal this morning. Yeah, I wasn't going to do it, and I had a stroke a couple months, about 6 weeks ago now, and yeah, I'm trying to rebuild myself. But the medication is really messing with my head. I'm not really cut out for this sort of medication. It's like too much for me. Right, let's just check my levels. Hello, YouTube. I think you are working. I don't think you've got double. Nope, you haven't got double. Sometimes it double loops if I'm not careful, and I think I've managed to be careful. But I did set it all up, and then suddenly I couldn't work it out why it wasn't working. And of course, I didn't have my headphones switched on. It does help. Yeah, you get all these wires, you get all these like cables and bits and pieces stuck together. And then you think, okay, why isn't it working? And then it was like, maybe little on or off button on headphones. Oopsie. So yeah, I'm on new meds this morning, so I haven't a clue how I'm going to be. So it's like, okay. I'm a little nervous of these things. These medications are not my idea of a good time, but
Welcome to the Dark Moon Radio. Let's get real.
let's get real. Let's get real. How's you doing? How's your Monday morning starting out to be? It's the weather is improving, but it's still chilly. It's a chilly out thing. I mean, yesterday morning we put the fire on. It was like, I'm cold. It was could do with that. Could do with a bit more sort of temperature. I like it when it's in double figures. Just put it in double figures, and I'm a happy bunny. Right, let's play some weirdness at the beach. I create all my own music, and yes, I create all the words, the under levels. They all come from Pixabay, which is all copyright free, which is why I'm allowed to play it on YouTube. So I'm very thankful for Pixabay. And it's great to thread my words into the music bits. Now, one day I would like to create the music myself, but that day is not today. Definitely not today. This is one of my early ones. So they're all a bit strange. They're all a bit weird. They all have subliminals. They all got hypnosis. They all are out for empowerment. Feel good stuff. Yes, let's just get off our knees. Let's just stagger a bit. Hold ourselves up and just get on with it. And yeah, that's what weirdness at the beach is all about. In the crowd, will find what she screams is simply not allowed. In rhyme or reason, the doors are shut. All are silenced, but do not make the cut. To make that cut, you must deny your soul. Believe what we tell you does not grow old. We have now got nothing but silence to offer. Even a hand to hold would not be suffered. Forget who you were. There's another anti-person making a moan. My labels list has grown overnight in the dark. I guess this is what happens when you're governed by sharks. This world has got so alien to me. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be. An idiot that will not follow the herd. Or a flat earther anti-sciencer that's being confirmed. I can't be what you want me to be. I can't let you see what I see. So the dance goes on and on. Until the shift leaves us all gone. There we go. That was pretty weird. Don't get much weirder than that. Ooh. Now there's a challenge. I can get much weirder than that. I'm sure. Okay.
You think you're empty. You think there's nothing left. But you keep finding one more breath, one more step. That well runs deeper than you know. Dark Moon Radio. Trust what's inside.
Trust what's inside. Absolutely. You know, that is one of my things is, you know, when your world falls apart. And my world fell apart. I mean, literally, it's like you have your health. Well, it was a bit of a dodgy up and down healthy thing. I had menopause and things were happening. And then suddenly I had a stroke. And it's like, okay, the world fell apart. I've lost a few words. Sometimes I can't find the words that I'm looking for in my brain, but we've rerouted it, we're rewiring it, and oh, there was a lot to process. I mean, like a whole lot to process. And I knew that they would hit a point where I'd be thankful for it, and I'm still not quite there yet. I'm still a little like, what the expletive world. But there will be a time when I will hit the process of thank you for the lesson. It was great. I've done this too many times. I've gone through not quite this, but other things. I've gone through this sort of change of life stuff too many times. This was extreme, I'll give you that. But there will be a time when I'll say, thank you. Thank you for the storm, because I learnt so much from it, and I will be stronger for it and wiser, maybe. Maybe just as stupid. One of the things that I'm very much aware of is how little I actually know about life, the universe, and everything. How much limited I am. My limits were like smacked in my face. It's like, hello. Okay. Thanks, limits. Thanks for the realization of, oh gosh, how stupid I am sometimes. I used to think I was a lot smarter than this. I now I now know I'm pretty stupid. But there's life lessons here, and I can't miss them right now. It's like, okay, it's there. And I haven't lost my sense of humor, and I'm still, but there was a time when it was like, what the what the freaking heck world, you know, I have taken care of my body most of my life. And, you know, I haven't gone to extremes. And I should have gone to more extremes. No, that's not a lesson to put out there. But yeah, we did meditation this morning. I'm holding it together. And meditation is struggles at first. I've been through many types of meditations, and how some of it wouldn't come for maybe even years, you know, it just didn't come, and you just sit there and you're like, okay, just waiting for whatever you're going through, the storms to pass, so that the mind and head can clear. And I've been doing that for the last, since the stroke. Is like, okay, I'm going to be sitting here. This is a sort of a meditation, but it's not the clearing. It's not the clearing that I'm looking for. It's the patiently waiting. Patience didn't come naturally, but this morning there was a bit of clearance, and it's like, okay, I remember that. I see the light. I see the light of, okay, all the things that I've been doing is paying off. And okay, there is perseverance. Just just keep going, just keep swimming. And so the meditation sort of cleared a little. And that's like, so over weekend I was like, I don't want to do this, I can't do this anymore. And even when you're going through that, you know it will finish, it will stop soon. There is so many like lessons that I've learnt that I can't deny. It would be so easy to say, "Oh, that was all rubbish. You made it up." Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Thank you for your opinion. Now fuck off now. So the battles that we go through, are huge and immense. And even though it is in my nature to make a joke and laugh, and it is never a cruel or an unkind thing, it is a smile, please smile, because it's okay. It will be okay even if it is not in this moment. And if I didn't believe that, I would go to pieces. So we battle. Now this one, this is one of my tunes of the battles that we face.
In sacred groves where druids stood beneath the ancient oak, they wove their spells in whispered verse, in mysteries they spoke. For many, many years they learned the lore of stars and stone and flame, until the Romans crossed the strait and nothing stayed the same. On the Holy Isle they raised their hands, and they cursed the crimson tide. But iron met the sacred wood, and all the druids died. Yet the stones still remember what the conquerors destroyed. The wisdom that was silent in that sacred, terrible void. The stone still remembered, and it's there inside for all those who let ourselves in. And we see the wonders that rise from the mere. In sacred groves where druids stood beneath the ancient oak, they wove their spells in whispered verse, in mysteries they spoke. For many, many years they learned the lore of stars and stone and flame, until the Romans crossed the strait and nothing stayed the same. On the Holy Isle they raised their hands, and they cursed the crimson tide. But iron met the sacred wood, and all the druids died. Yet the stones still remember what the conquerors destroyed. The wisdom that was silenced in that sacred, terrible void. The stone still remembered his heartbeat, and it never ceased to sound. It pulses, let ourselves in spring, and we see the consecrated ground. It pulses still through stone and spring, and every special sacred ground. The waves are whispering of the old ways for all those who can still hear. But something lingers in the mist that rises from the mere. The core is in the present state as the seasons wheels turn in relationship with the powers of modern world and space.
There we go. I hear it. I hear the battle cries and the ones that fall. There's a lot of people that are falling right now, and yeah, stand until we can't. It's a battle, and yeah, it's not unnoticed. All we can do is witness. That's the thing. Witness. What are you witnessing? There's more than just people's pain. There's other things than that. There is things like bird song. Birds are going nuts this time of year. That's nice. That's nice stuff. It's like, what's the nice stuff? I go out on deck on the boat, and whether I've got my glasses on or whether I haven't, if I've got my glasses on, I can see edges, lots of edges. And I can see the different shapes of the leaves of the trees, and yeah, I can see stuff. But if I've got my glasses off, I see other stuff. And when I've got my glasses on, the reflections of the water, depends whether the wind is flowing. Now, at the moment, there's an awful lot of tree debris. The water looks polluted and oily. And yeah, there's a lot of nature getting thrown into the water. And yeah, it makes for interesting patterns and stuff. But, you sit next to a tree. Now, there's a lot of willow trees where I am right now. And I'm thinking of osmosis. I'm thinking of, I've used this theme quite a few times, where you're sitting next to some stinging nettles and cleavers, and you just think, well, what's the point of picking them? Why not if I sit back next to them and just absorb their ambience and their sort of just who they are and what they are, and I just absorb them. I don't like picking stinging nettles. They don't actually want to be picked. They're very, very adamant about not being picked. They sting you. And if that's not adamant, I don't know what is. But stinging nettles, if you sit next to them, you don't actually have to get stung. They don't have to get picked, and everybody's happy. And they're also vitamin C, and they're all the good healing qualities of stinging nettles. And my idea was that basically, if you sit next to something, you just absorb its good qualities. And sitting under a willow, that's true. And sitting under a oak, that's true. Sitting under a hawthorn, that's true. There's lots of hawthorns now. You can identify them in the hedgerows because they're all in blossom. And that's amazing heart medicine. And it's like, wow. But you look at the other side of things. Supposing you're sitting on a tube or an underground train, or what else are you absorbing? There's probably good times to learn to shield and not absorb. And one of the things is other people's stuff. It's like I try not to look these days. I wear a hat over my eyes. I just don't want to see into people. It's very, very sad because I'd love to help, but they don't want to be helped. I can see that. They're going through this stuff. And sometimes it's necessary to sort of let them go through. And I see that too. It doesn't make it easier, because I don't try not to see it doesn't mean to say I'm not picking up the edges. We are part of this world. And everybody says, we're human, and we're more than this world, and this nature is, it's out there. And it's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's all these people looking for their gods out there in history, in the past. And it's like, there you go. The divine is out there. It could be in the mirror, it could be out there. It's up to you. But, dear, yes, osmosis, standing next to somebody who is in pain. And you can feel their pain, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. And they're saying they're fine. Everybody seems to be pretending they're fine. You know what fine stands for, don't you? When I learnt the acronym, I can't hear it any other way. How are you doing? It's a British statement, an English statement. How are you doing? I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine too. Fine, thanks. Everything's fine. Yes. Fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. FINE. Fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. Woohoo! Now, I know you're not meant to swear online, but it is part of the English language, and it does emphasize stuff. But it's like, I'm fine. I'm fine too. Absolutely, I'm fine. You can hear the screams. Yes, it's like everybody's Instagram posts. So shiny. I don't like Instagram. Instagram is unstable. It's like too shiny, too much sugar. It's like yes. Everybody's high on sugar and candy and soda and things like that, and it's like, I can't do that one. And yeah, the other one was, you know, when you find something really nice and true and it's wise, it's hidden away in the back depths of the algorithm. It's like it's not on top. And you like, I want that on top. I want the good stuff on top. Instead, you get all the death, destruction, child abuse, end of the world is nigh, war, and we're all going to starve. It's like, oh, please. All the algorithms, the things that we're exposed to, is all outrage, doom and gloom. And they're doing it on purpose. Give me the wise stuff. Give me the puppies. Give me the puppies and the kitties. Give me waves. Give me the fantasy stuff. I don't want all the sort of the doom stuff. It makes me sad. I don't want to feel sad. Ah dear. I know I'm having a moan. I'm having a moan. So we're like exhausted by notifications. How many emails have you got this morning? And half of them it's like, go away, sort of. Okay, I will stop having a moan. Here we don't pretend it's easy. Dark Moon Radio. Nah, it's not easy. If I'm absorbing by osmosis, I'm not even sure that's the right word. My brain can't find the other words. If I'm absorbing herbs and trees and water and beautiful scenery by osmosis, then yeah, the other stuff is also being absorbed. And it's like, it's worthwhile just paying attention to why are you exhausted? Were you sitting next to someone in the train who was being a vampire? Oh, I've been naughty. There's some people that just have it coming. And I was feeling naughty TikTok. You know, have you ever gone feeding off the arseholes on TikTok? There's a lot of them, that's all I can say. People that you look at, you think, oh, right off. And then you think, maybe they're dinner. Maybe I can sort of have a little bit of energy. Naughty me. I ought to play a vampire one. Where's the vampire? Doesn't seem to be here. There's got to be a vampire one here. I have done vampire tunes. I'll find that for you in a minute. Let's put one that I can find. Fire of Truth. That will do. I want a vampire one, though. The fire does not command you. It recognizes you. Stand as one who knows this. Think deeply, carefully, actively, not because you want to, because you matter. I do not bow. Fire does not command you. It recognizes you. Fire is not a god. Fire is clarity. Fire is the line where lies cannot survive. Let the flame rise in the mind, not to burn, but to fire is not God, it's clarity. Fire is the line where lies cannot survive. It does not shout. It does not threaten. It waits. Truth is not a belief. Truth is an alignment. Truth is not a belief. You do not believe. Truth is not belief. Truth is alignment. Truth is not belief. It is alignment. Hold yourself. Not believe. Align. Flow within. When thought bends towards clarity. when word carries weight, when action leaves the world responds. The world is responding when a thought bends towards clarity, when the word carries weight towards clarity, when the world carries weight, when the action the world responds to you. The world will respond. Two currents move through existence. One orders, one distorts, one builds continuity, one feeds on shortcut and delay. They're not myths, they're choices wearing stories. Continuity, one feeds. They're not myths, they're really not myths, it's real. They're choices, different possibilities, probabilities. These are choices wearing stories. Notice that not outside you, but within the moment of decision, you are not born fallen, you are born capable. You're not born fallen, you're born capable. No stain marks your breath, no debt binds your will. You're not born into sin, you're here to participate. Thought adds weight, each word shapes structure, each deed leaves a residue in time. Nothing is wasted, and nothing is unseen. Do not fear the dark as weight. Fear own words shape structure. Each seed leaves a residue in time. Nothing is wasted. Nothing becomes death. Light that denies its shadow becomes brittle and cold. Choose clarity, not purity. Choose truth, not performance. Choose responsibility. Never, never, never never. Obedience. Never do as you're told. Darkness itself teaches without force. So does wisdom. It knows the darkness itself becomes death. Go further and further. Light that denies its shadow just ripples and breaks. When lies collapse, they do not scream, they simply lose cohesion. When truth stands, it does not conquer, it endures. At the bridge between moments, you will not ask what you believe. Your truth is important. Asked what you strengthen. What you know is the truth. Truth is the way. Without it, feed coherence or confusion. Truth is the only thing. Do you sharpen awareness or blur it? Do you leave the world more habitable for truth? Ask yourself. There is an end to distortion. There is an end to division. Not through punishment, but through exhaustion of the lie. Fire teaches without all the fractures return to wholeness. All that deceives dissolves into clarity. All that fractures return to wholeness. All that deceives dissolves into clarity. This is not hope. This is structure. Stand as one who knows this. When fear stands, it does not carefully act deliberately. Not because you're watched, but because you matter. The fire does not command you, it recognizes you. The fire does not command you, it recognizes you. The fire does not command you. Do you leave the world more habitable for truth? So do I. Hello! This is not hope, this is structure. Stand as one who knows this, because you matter. It recognizes you. That was fun. Hello! I recorded that when I was happy. Yes, I was. It was a good one because it was based on sort of I was learning about Zoroastrians, and it's quite an interesting religion, and it's like truth. Truth is the fundamental thing, and it's like, wow, that's good. You know, people who don't lie, that's a rare thing. Yeah, I learnt to lie like the best of them, but I'm not very good at it, as in, I can't hold it. And it usually always falls apart on me. And it's just this whole lying thing. It's like, it's like everybody, the world tries to, you know, the best liars get ahead. And it's probably a true thing. It's like, it's not fair. And I'm not good at all that. They say it's a sort of an ADHD or autism or whatever the label is. Neurodiversity and neurospicy. That's probably the best label. I like that one. I'll take that one. But I can't stand injustice. I can't stand when it's not fair. I have temper tantrums. That's not fair. And it's like, yeah, life isn't fair. Get over it. And it's like, ah. But it isn't fair, and I want it to be fair. It's not fair that it's not fair. And truth is a very important thing to me. And I'm learning, I'm relearning. Since my stroke, I'm trying to relearn what is true to me and what isn't. And it's amazing how I've lied to myself. I've fooled myself. And all the things slip away when the shit hits the fan. The truth actually is there. And it's like, okay, yeah, I should fool myself. That's true. It's trying to learn identity again, relearning who you are. And I think I've done it quite a few times in my life, you know, because I've changed. Um, I've done 54 years. I don't know how I managed that. I really don't. I'm like gobsmacked. Like my birthday's coming up next month, and I am still learning, relearning, going through who I actually am, because it seems to change. And there's a lot of loss of confidence here. Um, and this is part of doing the radio, starting the radio up again. It's like, no, no, no. But I'm scared to, but I'm scared that I'll sort of, what? What's your problem? What's your scared? Make a fool of yourself? I'm way beyond that. Um, and it's like, okay, where is the loss of confidence? And it is in whether I'm good enough. And that's what I got into meditation. Whether I'm good enough, whether I'm still worth something. You know, the world patterns have ingrained me quite deep. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's reframe that. Let's learn the confidence in myself, what I'm worth, what I have to offer, what I can still do. And yeah, let's listen to that thought and say, okay, I think I take the low air energy of it, and then I'm gonna go and learn, relearn, rewire the brain back again. Because relearning confidence after you've been hit, that's something. It takes some doing. It really does. Okay, let's play another song. Oh yes, I was going to play my vampire song. I've got a well-fed vampire. Now this was, of course, Halloween. Of course, it was Halloween last year. But I've done a lot of work on vampirism, and basically it is feeding off each other's energy. And we're all vampires, okay? Everybody has been a vampire. All my children were all vampires at birth. Basically, they feed off you, mind, body, spirit, break you down, and then bind you to them. That's what a child does at birth. Um, and yes, everything needs energy. It's an ebb and flow, whether it needs food energy or attention energy. Energy. So I've played with it with this poem, but where is your energy right now? Me, I'm up in my head trying to sort out the thoughts in my brain so that I can actually talk relatively clearly. Oh, I can tell you, losing bits of my speech was one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me. and I've been through scary stuff, but when I could not find the words in my head. Ooh. So let's play the well-fed vampire. Vampires. A well-fed vampire is not a threat to everyone she hasn't met. Those that she calls friend, she will protect to the end. So worry not about being drained, for true friendship has been claimed. If a vampire takes you under their wing, you are protected from all shadowed kin. Their energy will mark you theirs and keep away all the other bears. And those that stalk you in the night will shy away, not wanting a fight. All loose spirits will back away from a vampire that will stay and feed upon the others that walk by, and let you find a deeper love that will make you sigh. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, I'm gonna write a few more of those. I like those. I enjoy the genre of the vampires. We watched a movie the other day. It was Bill Murray, the Ghostbusters Bill Murray, a whole bunch of people that looked familiar. Zombies. Zombies, a zombie genre, and it's like, here we go again. And they made I mean, there was like freaking alien spaceship halfway through. They made it silly, and it was laughable, and it was funny. It was a funny horror, and yeah, it's the same sort of thing. Okay, what sort of zombies are they this time? Are they fast ones or slow ones? They were slow ones. Okay, that means it was something like the dead don't die. So it means that you can pretty much run away from the slow ones. Why are you standing there letting them eat you? Anyway, that was my main problem with the whole thing. I don't watch a lot of television and stuff. They don't hold my interest. I really just can't be bothered with that. And I'm far better sort of reading stuff. But yes, my partner brings out a whole bunch of weird movies sometimes. The other one was dust bunnies. If you can find dust bunnies, that was hilarious. I mean, like, what do you expect? You do not expect, right? Sigourney Weaver's in it, and there was another guy that the name escapes me now, but Dust Bunnies was a very weird movie. Hands to earth. Ridiculous. That's very ridiculous. And no, I didn't expect that. So we were something's disconnecting and restabilizing. Yep, I'm still on. Oh, I'm still doing it there. I think the other one's working. Ah. Okay. What have we got? Oh well.
Learn to be a friend to yourself, not your critic, not your judge, your friend. That's where it starts. It's Dark Moon Radio.
Learning to be nice to myself. I'm very good at beating myself up, and one of the things since the stroke is that, I'm going to have to just step back. There's an awful lot of step back. I can't do stuff like I used to. And that's taken some while for, me to get off the frustrations train. The frustration train is annoying. You just like get frustrated and can't do anything about it. I had so many dreams and hopes to what I wanted to do with this radio station. And maybe I'll do them, maybe I won't, but I can't. Yeah, I can't do as much or as, I want to make more music, and I haven't done that since. It's bringing get my words straight, bringing confidence back. I made all this music. I can make more. I can do the words. You can find my words on Patreon, Dark Moon Rock. It's a little bit like there's something that is like I'm not sure of myself, and that's a new thing. Yeah, I've always been pretty sure. People will say, "Oh well, at least she's been brought down a few peg or two." Yeah, okay. I don't I've been brought down a few pegs, but the only way I knew how to really sort of how to work in this world, how to move in this world, was to show a confidence that I probably didn't really have anyway. Yeah, this it would have. I still have the dreams. I still would like to make something of this radio station, but I get that my algorithm um, isn't acknowledge. It's not something that will go viral and make a big splash. It's something slow and meaningful, and it'll take a few lifetimes to build it up, I think. But I still think there is a message here. Otherwise, my thing, why I started, was to be of service, to be a voice in the darkness, and that really, uh, that's still going. Um, what makes your life meaningful? And I don't expect it to be me at any time. I'm not talking to you half the time. I'm talking to somebody else out there. But the message is still there. You're not alone in the dark. There are people with you. It just feels like you're all by yourself. And that one comes home hard, because I've been alone in the dark. I've been thinking there, sitting there, I'm alone in the dark. And I listen to myself and I'm thinking, hang on a minute. It only feels like you're alone. There are hundreds and hundreds of people out there, and beings and all kinds of animals, and my cat, my dog, my partner, my family. You're not sitting here alone. It just feels that way. I've been there, and it was recent. It was very recent. And it was like, I can't feel you out there, but I know I'm not alone. And that was kind of cool. At the time, that was very important to me. And yeah, if you could hear my words saying, when you are you feel like you're alone in the dark, you're not. There are hundreds of people out there. I'm out there. I like the dark. The dark's fine. But sometimes there's parts of the darkness where you are confronted with all kinds of things that perhaps you weren't prepared to meet. And there's lots of, I'll talk about that another time, but there's lots of things that in the dark is good and wholesome and pure. You know, it's the light and dark is kind of the human, I don't know, go-to at the moment. It wasn't always like this. I personally blame the Abrahamics, but whatever, that's my personal bias. People who are alone in the dark can only see the dark. The light, if you're alone in the light, that's just illusion. Delusion, if you like. And delusion is not a bad thing either. Sometimes if we can delude ourselves that we are the best and the greatest and we can make our lives work that way, and it does work that way. So delusion, yeah, is these things are not black and white, bad and good. And that's the other thing, you know, when things hit the fan, sometimes it's a good thing. I know, it doesn't feel like it at the time. It could really go fuck itself sometimes. Yeah, there's that too. And you can lose yourself in the anger and the bitterness and the injustice of it all. I've done that too. It's not fun. I've made a special point of not doing that again. Can we do that? Tear down the archons. What's an archon? If you don't know what an archon is, go Google it or ask ChatGPT or Claude. What is an archon? The Gnostics used to say that they were the beings that fed off us loosh gatherers. Yeah, okay. It was part of an old religion long time ago. What's it got to do with us today? Well, they say that all the structures in the world, I'm talking political, I am talking health, education, society, justice, all of those structures in our world is run by the archons for their own loosh and emotional gathering. Yeah, okay. Whether it's true or not, doesn't matter. I made a song about it. The devil's in the detail, they say. Between the notes, between the lines, the devil. Listen to the maestro. It's divine. Tear down the archons. Stand stiff between the music and the clan. How dare they try to choreograph the wild? We're not bound to crowns or borrowed names. We are slaves to the rhythm, not to any other dance, not as commanded, but as remembered. Let the beat unmake the cage. Let the beat unmake the cage. Let the beat unmake the cage. And let the song choose you. Just you. The song is choosing you. You alone. Angel of the light. The song is choosing you. Walking sideways through the silence after the fall. Dark gods of mindfulness awaken. Satya, Samya, Saturn rise. Truth humming in the mouth. The light stalks the earth, undisturbed by disruption, too bright for the obedient, too sharp by the lie. The archon's devil, the rebel, the rhythm keeper, the arbiter of the free. The adversary calls. Tear down the archon standing stiff between the music and the clan. How dare they try to choreograph the wild bound any self-appointed man. This is the light that stalks the earth, unseen by the innocent eye. Too bright for the obedient, too sharp for the meek. The Archon's devil, the rebel, the rhythm keeper, the arbiter of the free. Not as commanded, but as remembered. Let the beat unmake the cage, let the beat unmake the cage, let the beat unmake the cage. And let the song choose you. Just you. The song is choosing you. You alone, no one else. The song is choosing you. Tear down the Archons! Yeah. Well, maybe not today. Maybe after my cup of tea. Anyone been on the canals recently? This is where I live. I live on a canal boat on the canals. And things that I sit on the deck and I sit with a cup of tea and I just watch. And it is trying to be a sort of an observing meditation. I do a meditation, but sometimes in meditation, my thoughts, when you've been through trauma, meditation isn't necessarily the best thing. Okay, so sitting down and closing your eyes and trying to, quieten your thoughts is not necessarily the best thing. And sometimes I can't do that. And I sit and I be still and I go to those places, but it's not necessarily a good thing. So I try other types of meditation, and I've done this quite a few times through the decades. Different types of meditation. One of them is just a gazing. You just gaze and you see what comes up. And your mind may go off on a tangent, you bring it back. Just bring it back to the gaze. And this helps because I'm short-sighted and short-sighted, can't see everything. That my world is a blur. So this is quite good to do without glasses on. And you just see the blurs along the towpath. And my cat and dog like it too because they come out and play with me. And you just sit, and if people go past, say hello, and it's just be nice. And it's like, okay, just gaze at the water and see the ripples, see the things floating in it right now. And at sunset, you can often gaze across the water, and there's lots of buggies about. The buggies don't bother me. They're not, I can't, they're feeding on their stuff. And it's like I'm not feedable on, and they're obviously mating and stuff like that, and that's like nothing to do with me. But the patience and the slowness of things. And that part I don't feel part of. I'm not very slow. I move a lot faster. And yet a little birdie may come on, and a little birdie will say, and I'm thinking, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a lot faster than I am. And it goes tweet, 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 tweet. Pick up, if you've ever gazed across at a small bird, a little tiny finch or blue tit or sort of any of the little tiny things. And it's like their heartbeat going 19 miles an hour. It's like, and you're thinking, right, okay, I'm not that fast. Okay, I can slow down a bit more. There are things going slower than me, the trees, the plants perhaps, but some of the plants are moving pretty fast these days because it's the time of year for it. But things that move slow, things that move fast, that was one of my gazing meditations the other day. And being aware of the change of weather, because it's been overcast and cloudy and a little chilly. And it's like, okay, it'll come again. Things change. The practical realities of living on a boat is tough. It is tough, and I'm hoping I'm up for it still. I've got to lug water barrels. Oh, puppy's dreaming. It's okay, puppy. I'm still here. It's all right. That's okay. Got to stroke the puppy when he's dreaming and he's whining. There. It's all right, my love. It's just a dream. He usually barks and growls and people going by, but he's deeply asleep at the moment on my feet. It's okay, my sweet. It's just a dream. There we go. So yeah, the canal, it doesn't really, we just blend into it. It doesn't acknowledge you, doesn't disdain you. It just, you're part of it. It's okay. It's an ebb and flow. It's kind of cool. If you get a chance to sit outside today and watch the sky, even just the sky, just gaze. The sky is good because it moves, it changes. The water's good. The trees. There was somebody on Facebook who was saying how they receive messages from the trees. That sounds daft, but okay, I'm willing to give it a go. So I sat there and gazed at a tree, and I didn't get any words. I didn't get any messages. I just got feelings. And it was just gentle awareness. I know, it's after 10. We'll do it another hour. I'm feeling quite good. I'm feeling like I've got things to talk about. So we shall continue. Right. Reasons to continue. Well, you've got to be around to stroke puppies when they're having bad dreams. Good reason. Reasons to go on. Reasons to go on. That line. Hold that line. Don't get caught. It's an obvious bind. It really is. It's borrow it. No one owns your clarity. No one owns it. But you must own it yourself. I know. Soul ring from a story that you've been told.
Finding a reason to go on without drowning in an obvious con. It's a narrow line we're asked to walk, and we're not told to walk our talk. In a silent room, we're told we have to endure.
Truth is borrowed, truth is soul.
But in my dreams and reasons I find many ways not to lose my mind. In my dreams and reasons I find so many ways not to lose my mind. In the private theatre of my dreams, there's no warden that stands at the door. I find escape routes, and I find the codes, and I keep my mind intact. This world is built to shake you loose, strip you of what you thought was certain. Let it go. Let all the slogans
Hold that mind.
Fade away. Let it all fall away. For no one can lend you truth.
Don't get caught.
No one can release you certainty. You have to dig, you have to claim, you have to breathe your reasons to form your name. And when they come, you stop being lost, you stop apologizing, you step into the void. This world seems to be designed to lose all you can hold, letting go of what since birth you were sold. Reasons are your own to find and let flow. And once found, you are seriously in the know.
Once it lands, oh yes. Truth is borrowed, truth is soul. Break from the story, because it was told. That line, hear that line, hold that line. I like that one. That was a nice one. Okay, maybe I shall disappear and go do some more recordings. I'm feeling all right. These meds that I've taken this morning seem to be not as debilitating. We'll see. We'll see. It's all early days yet. But I hope you've enjoyed this morning's show. Love you lots. Take care of yourselves and each other. What's that? Don't know. Something in my list that is... I don't know where the outgoing was. It's disappeared. There's a few songs that disappeared from here. Never mind. It's not a problem. So we'll just say goodbye, and I will talk to you tomorrow. 9 o'clock's pretty easy time for me tomorrow. Oh, maybe earlier. 9 o'clock. Yeah, I'm a little bit befuddled. Take care. Bye now.
Shadow isn't where you fall apart. It's where you stop pretending that you're fine and finally find your feet. Dark Moon Rocks Radio, where you'll find it. The dark isn't empty.